Hello everybody, this is open source zombie film being explained pretty much like this. I started doing some graphics, like doing it neatly to how to explain it, but there's just so much stuff that I would have never gotten through it. So I apologize for the crudeness of this slideshow or whatever you call it. But anyways, let's get to the point. Here is what we're gonna be working next, and this is pretty much open source zombie experience explained. So we're gonna build a website that's gonna be the basis for the film. And what we're gonna do to the website is we are gonna have all the various tasks for the film be designed, and we're gonna have the script written online collaboratively. I have looked at some tools and we're gonna implement these on the website, and then we are gonna divide the film into two parts and have a voting system that we're gonna use to vote. We're gonna have some sort of pseudo democracy that we're gonna vote on mostly important stuff. I mean, most likely we can't get everything for voting, would take too much time, but like the important stuff, like the feel and should we go this direction or the other, that kind of stuff. We are gonna vote, and then how we're gonna divide the film is into two parts. So basically, we have the unified theme here, which is it's gonna be sort of like I wouldn't really call it the main part because the other part is as important. So this is just so we have some unity in the film. So let's call this the unified part, and this is gonna be 50% of the film. About, I mean, these are not exact numbers. It's not real science. 50%. Yeah, there we go. And this is pretty much what we're gonna be concentrating on the script writing. So we're gonna have the script written online for this part. So we'll get the script from here, from the website, and on the side we'll have something that we call the plugins for zombie plugins. So let me see. No, I don't get it. Just a second. Oh, here we go. Plugins. And this is going to be about 50% of the film as well. So, what are plugins? So, if we have the main plot, or rather we call it unified plot or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but you get the point. So, plugins are basically short clips. They could be like 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minute long. I mean, there are so many people who want to do zombie films, so why not rather do like 1 or 2 minutes of really great stuff rather than trying to push it into being like 30-minute film and everything falls apart. I've seen that happen so many times, and anybody who's ever done anything like that, they know that it's gonna be really difficult to actually produce 30 minutes of good stuff, but maybe you can produce like 1 or 2 minutes of really good stuff in 30 seconds, like really intense. You put all your efforts in that like 30 seconds, and yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. So that's what plugins are. I mean, they could be anything. You could be at a picnic and zombies attack, or you could be at your home and zombies kick your door in. No, zombies don't really kick your doors, but maybe some other human groups that are against you, they kick your door in. Or you're a hacker group living in a bunker and you're hacking into, getting people's details, because most likely parts of the web might be still working, after the, I mean, there are there are nuclear plants that will function most likely for a while after it's, and I don't know if zombiness will actually be that kind of like overnight kind of thing. I don't know. Seems quite hard to actually imagine how it would function in this film as such, being an overnight apocalypse, but maybe, it takes a bit more time and, people start forming groups and, more like how it happened in the Middle Ages, when they had, people should read about the plague and stuff like that. But, so this is of course, we are gonna have some kind of part for these plugins, and so these are not separate, so we don't make, completely separate stuff. We wanna have some kind of unity in the film. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit of mishmash because there's gonna be so many people involved, but who cares? We're making the best we can. So I mean, even these are gonna be interactive. So I mean, we might have a part in the main or the unified part, where we need some kind of plugin to actually support. Let's say that there's for example there's a group fighting some kind of guerrilla war, and then somebody could produce a plugin that they have, these kind of hackers in a bunker, they're doing some kind of stuff for, for the main part. So that could be a plugin, somebody else could do that. Or, something in those lines. So it'll be interesting to see how we actually manage all this kind of stuff. But, definitely not like everything is connected in this thing. All right, so that's pretty much how we're gonna plan, and then of course we're gonna have some kind of schedule for shooting, budgeting for this stuff. So we are definitely always aiming for really low budget stuff. I mean, we don't have money for pretty much anything. Yeah, so that's gonna be, we have to be inventive, have to be really inventive, and all that kind of stuff. So So what are we gonna do with all the material that we get? So we are gonna get with a limited partner, we are definitely going to get a professional editor, because we are gonna send him this stuff, and this stuff, and because there might be some people who want to do, these plugins, and they might not have all the experience necessary for doing like professional editing, color grading, stuff like that, and especially with sound effects, music wise, you know, anything like that. So we're gonna have the professional editor helping throughout the process, and then we are gonna have, at this point, once we start actually editing this stuff, we are gonna need some sound effects. So we might actually have to go back to the web page to ask your help, or we are missing some kind of stuff, that we need to fill in. It's not working out, we need to do it again, whatever. Film making is it's craft, takes time. Yeah, it does take time. So if we need something special, some sort of sound effects or something like that, we might need your help again. And this is of course when we are in editing mode, we are gonna need music. And Tukasarki is currently head of music. So you know, there might be a lot of people giving us music. I mean, we are gonna have YouTube show, explaining a lot of kinds of stuff and doing all sorts of crazy zombie related horror stuff. And we're gonna start that as soon as possible. But we're all working at the time, so I mean, this is pretty much a hobby at this point. Sort of like a really serious hobby, I guess. Yeah, but that's pretty much in the nutshell how this thing is gonna work. So yeah, any questions? You can holler at me and follow us in our Facebook group or Facebook page to find out all the details, and we'll give out timelines when we're gonna launch the website. I think we're gonna start doing it in June. This is gonna be the June by August 2013. I think we're gonna have a website. So that's it, and hope to meet you one day. Person to person. But until then, see ya.